welcome to the project demo of cloud computing coursework. We are a team of 2 people. This is Balchandra and my teammate is Mr. Ashish. So the project name is CrimeDataAnalysis. The main goal of this project is to compare the crime data or crime rate among multiple cities. So we have done this analysis for 10 cities in the USA. So first I will explain the development environment of my project. So this project is developed in Microsoft Visual Studio. So I use Visual Studio .NET framework to develop this application. So the main frameworks are ASP.NET MVC5 and I use C# language and I used Sequence Server Management Studio as a UI for interacting with the databases. And now I'll show the MVC folder. So this is the model folder, view folder and controller folder. So the controller folder contains the business logic of the project, and the model folder contains the class library, class files, which contains the class fields that stores the data from the user and displays the output to the user. And these are the view folders. The view folder contains the output files, which displays the output to the user and also grabs the inputs from the user. So now I'll explain the logic of my project. So the controller folder, as I said, controller folder contains the business logic. So I created one controller file called cities crime data controller. So here we developed the complete logic. So this is the one of the logic I developed. So I'm collecting the data for 10 cities. So here the city names: Kansas, Austin, Virginia, Seattle. And in this project I have used one Soda client class library file, which is proprietary for .NET framework, and it is developed in .NET, and this is consumed by WCF services. So for this Soda client I need to give the source name and the file name. So this project mainly uses the online API for collecting the crime data for each city. So that API returns the JSON file format. So that JSON file name is given as a argument for the get resource class of this Soda client object, and this data set contains the JSON file output, and this is the query I have used to extract the data from the JSON file. So based on the 3 fields, I'm using reported underscore date, description and address and city. So these 4 fields I'm extracting from the given JSON file, and after executing the query, so it stores the results in this dictionary variable. So we have to process this dictionary to display the output in the view files. So this entire processing is shown here. So this is the logic to process and to extract the data from the results file, and I'm setting that one as a data set. This is a local proprietary variable, and we can call it as a local database, which stores the data locally and erases when the instance is deleted. So this improves the performance, and we can use the memory allocation efficiently. Now I will show the demo. So this project is deployed in Microsoft Azure Cloud. So this can be done in one shot using this Visual Studio IDE. So if you click on this publish, this entire project is published in the cloud. So I have already done the publish. So this is my cloud environment. So this contains my project and as well as my database. So this is my project, crime data analysis, and this is the URL which I published right now. So if I click on it, so it will show here. So I have created a username and password for doing the login. So this is the username and the password is 12345678. When I click on it, it will go takes you to the dashboard. This is the dashboard of the project, and here I am logging as a Balchandar, and this project has mainly 6 comparisons. The first one is the city's crime data. So this city's crime data shows the each city crime data based on the selected city. If you see here, this is the Kansas City data which I have done in by default, and if I select Oakland and get the data, it will gives me the Oakland data. This is the Oakland data. So I have chosen these 3 fields for comparing the 10 cities, so which will be easier for me. Now we can see the visualizations. The visualizations are done using Google Charts and some JSON files and JavaScript files. So now we can see the cities crime comparison over the years. So this will take a time because this API loads all 10 cities data. So each city will be having the lakhs of rows in the data, so it takes a while to load. So here is the cities crime comparison over the years plot. So this is by default done for Hartford city. So here we can see the year wise comparison it is. So 2010, so for this particular city we have total crimes 46,253. For 2012 this is 42,400. So the same plots are done here. If you put here, see the crime count on 2012 is 42,417. If you see on 2018, so the crime rate is 10,295. Since it is of 5 months, the data is very low for this. We can check it for some other data. Now we'll see this one for Kansas City. So this take a while to load the data. So if you see now, the Kansas City data is 2018, it is 4290. Here the problem is the Kansas City data is shows like year wise data. We can't get data for all the years. So this shows only the 2018 data. So now I'll move on to the next one. The next one is total crime comparison slide. So this plot shows like all cities total crime count as of now. If you see the Kansas is having 1,32,139. The corresponding plot is shown here. So for Austin it is 96k, for Virginia it is 71k, for Seattle it is 1.5 millions, for Santa Monica it is 1.4 millions, and Oakland it is 8.4k. This might be because of the data which we collected is not having that much, so that's why we are getting this low amount of data for this Oakland. So this is the comparison, all crimes count comparison for all cities. And next we move on to the next one, particular crime comparison. So this shows like for a particular crime it displays the count. So this is the data for stolen crime. So here we can select a particular crime, for which crime we need the data from all the cities. So right now I have chosen for a stolen. So for stolen crime, the Kansas City having 712 crime values, and the Hartford having the major ones 6,424, and the Seattle and Oakland one doesn't have any values because might be the data doesn't match this crime keyword. And this is the New Orleans, shows the 638 crimes, and this is the Virginia having 268 crimes which are stolen with the keyword with the stolen. And so like this we can do for this analysis for these many keywords. So these keywords are gathered from all the 10 cities crime data. So these are the mostly occurring crimes among these 10 cities. So now based on these keywords we have done a small comparison here. If you see for a robbery, we can check it now. So it will take a while to get the data. This is the data for robbery crime. So if you see here, the Santa is having 16.9% of the crime rate, Seattle is having 24.4%, and Kansas is having 18.3%, Hartford is having 7822. So like this we can do the comparison for any crime which is listed here. And next we move to the next comparison, the cities crime comparison. So this cities crime comparison will compare two cities on a particular crime. So thus we'll see now. This is the analysis we got for two cities. So right now there is no comparison. We have compared only for Santa Monica and Santa Monica. Now we do for two different cities. The first one is Santa Monica, and the last one is we see Gainesville city. Click on get the data. So we'll get the values and we'll do the small the comparison over here. So this is the data we got for these two cities on a particular crime. So if you see on year 2010 on a particular crime, we have the crime is here stolen. So that those are these are the values for a particular year 2010, and is it 2012, these are the two values. So 2014, these are the two values. So like this we can compare for any two cities on any particular crime value. So this is a good comparison so that we can predict so which city is more safer to live and which kind of crime is occurring more in which city. So now let's move on to the last one. This is the crime rate per 100k population. It's based on the crime rate, how much is happening based with respect to the people affected. So if you see at 2010 in the Seattle is having 2.4 millions people, and it is having 3.7. Kansas is having, this is the comparison right now we have done for a Kansas City and a Seattle. So this graph is going up and this Kansas City crime is lowering down. So this comparison gives us like which city is becoming more safer to live and which becoming more vulnerable to live. So this is the some overall demo of my project. So the main purpose of this project is to be at the right place at the right time to beat the crime with the lowest impact and know what to do and when and why. And this is one of the safety measurement, and also this may give some useful information to the government so that they can invest and they can put more people on the places where the most crimes are occurring. And this is our demo. Thanks for watching. Thank you.